supposed to be an hospital? A pigsty would smell better.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
What happened?
Hey, I didn't do anything.
All right.
Sod off, mister.
It's true. I'm not familiar.
I said sod off.
Do you know?
Never heard of her.
I found the recruiter you were expecting.
I knew it! I told you I was tough.
This note was found on a dead man.
You're all fancy words.
Goodbye, young man.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets.
It's all a
Not
bloody
me.
joke to you, innit? Stupid drugs for the sick. What?
Shooting a boy in the middle of the street.
What? You...
I'm Dr. Reed. And...
No. Look, I'm not a violent man.
What can you tell?
Nothing to say, really.
You don't have anywhere to go.
Not since the death of my wife.
You mean you used to have...
Yeah, I had a wife, a home.
Perhaps you could...
I'm sick, broke, and my son just...
Do you know Nurse...
It's funny, I've been searching for her too.
Really?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor.
Whatever...
I swear I didn't want to hit him.
What is it, Benjamin? It was
The doctors called me a liar. A coward.
It's a pity that
Now only the pills stop me.
You don't seem well.
I always feel ill.
I will see. A gun?
Me? I'll not die in some stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lad. I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets.
Someday you'll understand. You've wasted your life away.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you...
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place.
Oh, really? Why didn't...
Ah, my brother has spoken of your
Tell me, who intrigues you?
The region itself is something to...
What do you think?
Most of them are afraid or desperate.
Is there anyone I should have...
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane?
I don't like to talk about
Competition?
Never met her, but it seems she provides...
I'd like to see what...
When science failed you, this elixir will give you faith again. Its effectiveness has been proven by men.
I have this first blood. How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired,
There you go.
Very funny.
Goodbye, young man.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the
Drugs,
streets.
yeah.
Not me.
Stealing drugs from the sick and suffering.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir.
There is no Dorothy Clay.
I'm afraid this medical...
Really? Well, I'm afraid.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
It's locked. I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be
Welcome,
afraid.
sir. Please, take...
I'm Dr. Reed.
Doctor? It's not... Well, you...
Violent.
Yeah. A few nights ago, sir.
Where did this...
In the closed work...
Have you...
No.
Have you...
Nurse Crane.
So she's trying...
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name.
That doesn't explain.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away
Goodbye for now. Excuse, sir.
Another journalist?
I'm not a
A
journalist.
doctor, you say?
Really? But...
I'm Joe Peterson to some.
May I ask?
I do whatever I want.
According...
Not for me.
This part of...
Totally.
How did you become the local...
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this...
A job?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks.
Most people don't...
I don't care what you think, sir.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would...
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim?
Goodbye, Mr. Peter. Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed.
Sorry, no, sir.
Your father is worried about you, boy.
So my father actually worries about me then? Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
So,
I'm not bothered.
How do you...
I'm fine. My father is an idiot who made...
Forgive my...
Why should I?
You have a...
That's exactly what my father says.
If life here is so tough...
I don't...
So that's why you stay at home all day?
I'm not afraid of disease or death.
Do you know Nurse...
Yes, I know her.
Your father and Mr...
I was young then. I don't remember.
Have you tried...
I don't go out often, but yes.
But you...
Am I not?
Goodbye.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
It's locked.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
But this district has always been...
You're late.
And let your guard
You...
down, sir.
Harry...
I've always put my son's interest.
You really love your son, don't you?
He's my pride and joy. Even if...
Do you have...
Only one.
Since the...
No one will ever take my son away from me.
Why do you keep on working?
It's true, I hate this job. And I know...
You could leave to...
That's easy for you.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Don't be shy, handsome.
I'm not looking for what you're saying.
All right then, but be quick. Though
Christine...
I don't like doctors. Oh,
You can...
and you think that would work?
Christina, have you... Consider...
If it is going to...
Do you know...
I don't know her.
You seem to respect her.
Don't...
Tell me. I have... I always...
You know, this money is not only...
Goodbye, miss. Good evening.
Shit.
Do you need any assistance?
It depends.
I will see. Goodbye.
You are blinded by your false faith, imprisoned by...
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have
A scientist.
What do you mean?
All scientists
Quite.
believe.
Well, I suppose...
As a doctor, you must be...
What do you mean?
The beast.
Really?
We must fight...
What is left?
Cleansing.
Tell me, Tobias. What...
God will recognize his own.
Purification...
Your lack of faith is...
Your
My...
Joseph...
Vicar...
What do you...
All...
Quite a... Do you know...
I don't like the liberal ideas of Nas...
So...
Nuns... Before...
Have you...
No.
You sent...
As a troop...
What?
I
have heard enough.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to...
Dr. Reed, the famous...
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza?
There's a war going on. People should...
If no one stops it, this epidemic could turn into a scourge. It may kill more people than the war itself.
Yes. This is another kind of war.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than...
I'm convinced there is more at work here than a simple epidemic.
Really?
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go.
So you...
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many
That's quite...
Not at all.
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story...
Do you think things...
I believe the situation...
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of...
It's confidential. Speaking as a doctor, I'm sure you understand.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions?
Without a doubt, you are a damn...
I don't know much about...
He never goes out.
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before...
He has no relative?
No. Except for that strange...
Where can I find...
He spends most of his time...
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. I know you understand. Camellia, I know you... A stubborn and mute comrade. Very well. The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. It's locked, all right.
desertion and despair.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though...
But are you not...
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in this...
If you say so.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course,
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophony.
Yes.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them.
Are you a...
But this is...
If...
Well, you...
I
don't care.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I'm looking...
Dorothy...
What can you tell me?
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but...
He's not interested in your talent? I'll leave you alone. Darius is a bit...
And grieve...
Tell me...
The place is not...
In what the... If you say...
Such
Vivid.
Oh, yes?
Do you...
On what not...
And have you ever tried...
Maybe I prefer...
Huh?
One...
Did you know the mute florist is a member...
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this info.
I fear you are a...
Guilty as charged.
Are you...
That girl.
I'll leave you alone.
Come on, Baron, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again?
Sir, wait.
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side?
I'm nothing like...
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical...
I have to admit your words have conviction.
It's locked, all right.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the court.
We've not been formally introduced.
I am Darius Petrescu.
So Dorothy's...
Like myself, and
She seems
more.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doc.
Who is she?
She's not from around here.
You say she has no
Well, there's that awful Pope.
Are you not?
She is as brave as she is tough.
Are you in love with Camellia?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her...
Tell me everything. Do you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu? Children or grandchildren?
Who knows?
Don't be...
It's quite...
This war...
No.
I know you fought for your...
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my...
But Romania escaped the grasp of the...
It is not the country I fought for. My homeland.
How did you meet Nurse Crane?
I'm her oldest friend in England.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you?
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu. What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. Yes. Yes. I have this, nurse. Allow me to finish the procedure alone. I need the room.
I'd prefer to stay and see this through. This is my patient, Doctor. I have needle and thread for stitching the wound.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor. We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could? Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners. To what do I owe this courtesy? I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
But why, Lady...
She's pristine and proper, all right.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible...
It's easy for you to say, Doctor.
So, the end...
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine...
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
It's locked, all right.
Oh, this one stinks already. closer. See them fancy clothes? This one's a top. Fuck his boss! Put an end to you! Watch yourselves! There's one of them! Filthy piece of shit! That's gotta hurt! Die! All a bloody joke to you, innit? Sick and suffering.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
It's an inch! Get it!
cannot enter.
It's not my call, Barrett. You paid one way or another. Please. No. How long have we known each other? We even used to be neighbours, for Christ's sake. I prefer not to give you another beating, Barrett.
Good evening, Christina.
Change your...
Do you need any assistance?
It...
I am shocked.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so...
Goodbye, miss.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor.
If you persist in investigating...
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell. Good evening, Harry.
Sure. Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So, may I ask...
I'm not
Do you need any...
Yes, I do.
You feel...
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in the world.
Goodbye, yeah.
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
You look so pale, my lord. Would you like me to revive you?
Filthy fucking beast!
Good evening.
Good evening. I was
You seem worried.
I cannot give up on my children.
What about their mother?
She died in 1915 during...
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick.
You always knew the words to calm. They're all coming. As for me...
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Tell me, thorough, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding?
Good evening.
Tell me that
the regiment administration...
Do you realize...
Yes, sir. I saw...
It is an...
It was a time... You're up to you, but my rate...
Since you're not a...
No. I believe we must do...
Do you think you would enjoy...
I don't think so.
Do you really?
As I said...
Quite depressed?
Yes.
So you're...
No, I am not.
You're a what?
No, Doc...
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Never ceases to endow you, the dead.
I'm quite...
If you... There is no...
That is what...
Tell me, Waverly. What do you...
Strickland is playing...
Are you thinking...
Harvey...
And...
Right...
I'm not the kind of man who runs.
It seems
I refuse to see this.
we cannot leave. Thank you for your time. Good evening.
I need blood.
Tell me, Thelma. Do you plan?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse?
Would you say you...
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul.
I'll leave you. Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening.
How is your stay?
Oh, it's bliss.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs...
Can I...
Nurses gave me a bunch.
Who is...
No,
you don't...
Why do you feel... I wasn't disfigured by any German shells.
Tell me what...
I went with a whore. In Rouen. Dead drunk up.
Did you start the fire?
No. It's just that I was asleep.
Why lie?
Come on. It's one...
Beauty is...
Says Mr. Pretty.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Hello again.
How did you...
I had... With... Tom? Pip, help. Not... What is it? Sin... What I'm at... I'm not... What that...
How... You're at... Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
I'm in pain. I need my medication.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Doc.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye, Nurse.
How long must I wait, damn it? Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir. How long's it going to take?
Good evening. Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like...
Wise choice.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
Hiding your true appetites behind a...
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed, your ladyship.
So who was it?
My lady. The blackmailer was...
Thank you, Jonathan. That is exactly...
Thank you, my lady.
If you have an inclination to learn more about vampires or...
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you...
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man.
What do you...
The Brotherhood is well...
And no...
As you well know, suspicion...
Why did you say...
I could hardly stand by and watch some...
William Bishop, what...
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor.
What type...
Not a true vampire.
I know this is beyond the...
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen.
And who bestowed upon...
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Very well. But
A lady has to have...
I've been...
Things have gone from bad to worse.
The Spanish...
Yes. But it's not just that.
What is it?
Fear has long since flown this form.
When I awoke, changed, I would...
Though I can't be certain. More...
Once glory...
They have seen better days. But all...
You make them...
More a society. And like all the best ones...
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed. And we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them?
You mean your maker?
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal...
Will they all be as affable as you?
I do not see why not. But remember...
That sounds like a lesson.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious.
I've been hearing a voice...
Hush. Tell no one this.
How could this...
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified...
Excuse my forwardness, but...
Me? Goodness, no.
I don't understand.
That is a question only the one who made you can answer.
So me being a
I very much doubt it, Jonathan.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway.
The process is dangerous. It could...
A vampire?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks.
Are you?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
So we are Ekons.
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires, but all vampires are not.
I bid you farewell. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient. Good evening, Mr. Nithercott.
And good evening to...
Do you need medical...
It may be wise...
I understand.
The nutrition of my mind is...
I'll leave you... Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on. Yes?
Do you need some help? Well, I...
Reed.
Goodbye, Mr. Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it. Evening, Edgar. Could I get your profession?
Please speak. But I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different.
Really?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently
I see.
This disease spreads and look...
This is very interesting.
Yes. Unlike...
You mean like rabies? Is there...
There's a lot we're not...
But John...
What on earth do...
Why you, my dear boy? With your...
And why not? What did
Surely...
We'll discuss this more later.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But...
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan.